Borderlands has always been a game about getting the most powerful gear you can to absolutely shred through enemies. But with Borderlands 4, there is so much new loot to sort through, it can be really hard to find what's actually good and what's not good. So, in this video, I'm going to give you my top 10 legendaries that you should go out and get for yourself in Borderlands 4. I will be giving you a quick rundown on each weapon and where you can farm for it. But first, if y'all want to see some more Borderlands 4 content just like this, be sure to subscribe. Also, if y'all enjoy, make sure you leave a like on the video. It really helps me out. I'd really appreciate it. Alright, without further ado, let's jump right into it. At number 10, we have the Aegon's Dream. This legendary assault rifle is crazy good, and you can farm this thing really early on too. This gun shoots alternating cryo and fire bullets. It's a Vladoff gun, and it will always roll with incendiary. But it also has cryo because it alternates between cryo and incendiary. You know what I mean. What really makes this gun though is the extra barrel alt fire roll. This is the best underbarrel roll in my opinion and essentially doubles your fire rate. This will absolutely melt through bosses. Especially on Rafa where that one skill gets him infinite ammo during his action skill. It goes absolutely crazy with that. Because of its cryo element, it can really work on any enemy, but it does work slightly better on the flesh enemies. To get this gun, you're going to want to farm Horus in the Fade Fields. He's located in this little facility right here. It can be kind of tricky to get to him, but if you ping right on the Encore machine, Echo 4 should guide you all the way there. Luckily, once you do eventually get to him, he is a pretty easy boss to farm. Now, we don't have all the drop rates yet, but I would say it's about a 5 to 10% chance, so it is pretty rare, but you should get it within, 15, 20 tries. Now, definitely make sure that you use these purple orbs after the boss fights to immediately travel back to the Encore machine. This goes for every boss that has a drop down into the arena, so pretty much every boss that I can think of, except maybe Splash Zone. Yeah, so you definitely want to watch out for those purple orbs and just grapple onto them. They'll teleport you right back to the Encore machine every single time. Alright, so yeah, Aegon's Dream, definitely worth the farm. Moving on to number 9, we have the Kill Spring Rep Kit. This is a TDR brand rep kit that gains quite a bit of healing over time, but that's not the main draw of this rep kit. The legendary perk on this kit is Blood Siphon, which reads, on kill, converts 100% of any excess damage into healing orbs that seek out nearby allies. And don't worry solo players, you do count as an ally. This kit is extremely good for mobbing as you basically get healed every single time you get a kill. This one is a great no-brainer rep kit to have because you don't really have to do anything. Just when you get a kill, you get health. Simple as that. Not to mention, if you are in a group and you all have this on, every kill that group gets is going to seek the nearest ally to give that health to. To get this rep kit, you are going to want to fast travel to the Final Defiance and come over here to this Augermon. In here, you'll find Aximal, who isn't too hard of a boss, and again, I would say the drop rate on this is about a 10%. Don't quote me on that. So you should get it between, 20 runs. I think that's when I got it. As for the rolls you can get on this, it's going to depend on your build, what's best. For me, personally, I like the speed one just for zooming around the map. I don't really use the actual rep kit all that often. I more just use it for the Blood Siphon ability. Overall, this one is definitely a must-have rep kit for those massive mobbing runs, especially when you're playing with a group, but for solos as well. Alright, number 8, we have another rep kit. We have the Triple Bypass. This one comes from the Order, which usually these rep kits have 2 charges, but this one actually comes with 3. The legendary perk for this rep kit is going to be Heart Pump, which gives a 30% chance to replenish a charge on each kill, as well as the previously mentioned 3 charges. Any other perk you get on this will be an RNG drop, so I like to look for either Leech or Damage Boost on use. With the 3 charges, it can really be beneficial to get a good roll on this one. I would definitely recommend getting at least one of these rep kits, especially if you find yourself running out of health really fast. This rep kit is a good pick-me-up, and with 3 charges, plus you have a chance to get a charge back on each kill, you'll pretty much never run out of charges. Now, to get this legendary rep kit, you're going to want to go farm the back hive in the Claim Augermon. The easiest fast travel to go is Zadra's backup plan, and then just follow the path I took right here. Don't worry, I'll speed it up for you guys. All right, on to number 7, we have the lead balloon. Now, the main reason I'm covering this one is because there's a lot of misunderstanding about this shotgun. Most people decide that they can't hit their shot with it and assume it's buns, but quite the contrary. The reason this happens is because of the legendary perk Lightweight, which has projectiles float upward and spawn child projectiles upon exploding. The projectile travels about 2 meters before shifting upward, making it extremely ineffective at longer to medium ranges. However, if you are using this in a build that is meant for a close range splash damage, like Amon's Vengeance for example, then this is one of the best weapons you could be using. However, for any class, if you're close range and you hit your enemy with the projectiles, then it will spawn child projectiles around that enemy, causing for some serious splash damage. To get this gun, you're going to want to farm Splash Zone. This is a super easy boss to kill, and he's one of the first bosses in the game. To get to him, you're going to want to follow the path I took here. You can also get this weapon from the fishing minigame, but I would just suggest farming Splash Zone, as he has another really good legendary drop, as we will get into later. Overall, I give the lead balloon about an 8 out of 10. It's not the best for all builds, but if your build focuses on splash damage, or you have an enchantment that has bonus splash damage, definitely get it. Number 6 is going to be the Rainbow Vomit. Every Borderlands player wants to shoot rainbows out of their gun. No? Just me? That's a little fruity. Anyway, this legendary shotgun is a Jacob's shotgun that will always be kinetic, but it will apply 3 random status effects depending on your role. In the color spray role, you can see what the status effects will be applied. Also, this being a Jacob's gun, it will ricochet projectiles on critical hits, making this really good for mobbing on crit builds, as well as bosses that have a lot of ads. To get this gun, you're going to want to complete these missions shown on the screen. This mission line can take quite a bit of time, so definitely don't expect this to be a quick and easy one, but the end of these missions will have you fight Leader Wilhelm, who is going to be the boss to farm this gun. I will say this gun is very fun to use, but I wouldn't necessarily say it's a necessity, so you could skip this one if you want, but it is a lot of fun, so I wouldn't suggest it. Do the missions anyway, you gotta level up. Alright, now for one of our first shields on the list. The Super Soldier Shield is easily one of the best all-around shields in the game. The legendary mod on this shield is Power Play and gives you an overshield when the shield is full. It also gives you increased fire rate, movement speed, and regens you some ammo, again when the shield is full. On top of all that, this shield has one of the highest base capacities in the game, with a pretty fast regen rate as well. Alright, now to get this shield, you're going to want to go over to the Umbral Foundry and farm Violictor. He can be pretty annoying to farm, but just make sure you have a good ranged weapon and you'll make easy work of him. So yeah, if you're struggling to stay alive, shield capacity's not doing it for you, I would definitely recommend farming for this one. It's definitely worth it. Number 4 is going to be the Truck Sniper. Listen, I am a huge fan of Jacob's guns in this game. Something about the headshots just feels so good to me. I don't know what it is. But anyway, the Truck Sniper in this game is, I believe, the highest damage Jacob sniper in the game. And it hits like an absolute truck. Yes, the Truck Sniper hits like a truck. Maybe that's why they called it that? I'm not sure. The legendary effect on this gun is Fixer Upper, and it doesn't have a description, so who knows what this does, but every roll of this gun comes with a secondary stat of increased crit damage. The range that I've seen it is about 70 to 146, but honestly, any crit percentage damage is gonna be good for you. The bigger the better, but you know, 70 is not bad. On top of the increased crit damage, it also, like every Jacob's gun, with crits, it ricochets. If you can pair that with a skill or enchantment that increases your crit damage, you're going to be 1 to 2 shotting enemies from a distance. Not to mention, it'll ricochet and maybe kill another guy. So yeah, safe to say this is one of, if not the best sniper rifle in the game. To get this, you're going to want to farm Bio Thrasher Omega, who is a super annoying boss, but the drop rate from my experience has been pretty generous. I would say about 25%, give or take, you know. To unlock this boss, you have to complete 2 pretty quick side quests, 1 gassy issue and 1 slimy issue. Both of them are given to you by Beth in the Phase District. You do have to progress most of the story to get this side quest, so it won't be an early game item, but for late game, this is definitely going to be one of those guns that you want to farm for. Alright, number 3 is going to be the Fireworks Shield. If you like a shield that does more damage than actually shielding you, then this is definitely the shield for you. Being a torque shield, it comes with the new partitioned shield system, and it has an average shield capacity. Nothing crazy high, but you know, it's getting up there. But what really makes this shield is its legendary ability, making it so on every kill, it shoots rockets out, homing into the closest enemy. These rockets do a ton of damage as well as being elemental. On top of rockets coming out of enemies on a kill, it also shoots rockets out when each segment of your shield is broken. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the whole segmented shields in this game, but I will say this shield makes it worth it in my opinion. And even still, I don't think that's the best part of this shield. No. The best part is the fact that it's super easy to farm. Splash Zone, as previously mentioned for the lead balloon, is one of the farms that everyone is doing, and most of it is for the shield. So for the lead balloon and the fireworks, you definitely are going to want to farm this guy. Not to mention, he's one of the first bosses in the game. You have no excuse. The grenade mod he drops, the jelly, is ass, so don't worry about that one. Alright, number 2 is going to be the Wombo Combo. An assault rifle that shoots out rockets and bullets. I mean, do I even need to say more? The Wombo Combo is the best AR in the game. It's a ton of fun, it does an insane amount of damage, and it shoots zip rockets. Trust me, if you play Borderlands 4 for the OP guns, you definitely need to get this gun. The gun does come in all the elements, but if we're being honest, the rockets do about 10 times the damage of the actual weapon itself. But a little extra damage never hurt no one. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this farm can be a little bit of a bitch. To farm this beast of an AR, you're going to want to travel to Saw's Clench and kill the Ripper Roadbirds. Because it is a Ripper drill site, you will have to do some mobbing to get them to spawn. But there are 3 bosses, and each have a chance to drop it, so it shouldn't be too demanding. I will say, this one did take me about probably 30 to 40 runs to actually get it to drop, but once it dropped, it was totally worth it. Plus, a little bonus, the Ripper Roadbirds are one of the best places to farm for the Jacob's Knives that deal the crit damage. You probably know what I'm talking about, the best ordnance in the game to get those crits. So just a little bonus on top of that. Alright, now for number 1, we have the Slugger. This Jacob's shotgun is notorious for being the most broken gun in the game, and for good reason. It does insane damage on top of ricocheting crits, and every kill you get increases the gun's damage by 30% for 10 seconds, which also stacks up to 3 times, making for a total 90% extra damage. Not to mention the 20% damage buff to crits, and with its slug rounds, you can even use this thing from range, so it's not limited like other shotguns. The only downside, and it's not really even a downside to this gun, is its ammo capacity at 1, but the reload speed is pretty fast, so if you just spam the reload button, it's not a deal breaker. If you have any skills that increase your reload speed, that makes it even better. This thing is so nutty. Alrighty, to get this thing, you're gonna want to go to Craven's Nook Bunker, where you will find and kill the Chalice Harbinger of Annihilating Death. Let's just call him Chad for short. That name is way too long. But yeah, he probably dropped it for me in about, I'd say 10, maybe 15 runs. So it's not too rare, I'd say about that 10% range. It's just RNG, it depends how lucky you are. I mean, really, it's 50-50. You either get it or you don't get it. Alright guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. I appreciate you all watching. Sorry this video took me so long to make. I haven't posted in like 3 weeks, but I just got busy, and this video took a long time to get all the footage for it and everything. So I really appreciate all the support you guys have given me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I can do this with my eyes closed.